Role-playing games have been around for decades, first as tabletop games and then as video games. And though the definition of what an RPG is has shifted over the years, there's no debate that by whatever name you call them, these are the best RPGs of 2017. Nioh. Blending supernatural elements with historical details pulled from Japanese and European mythology, Nioh features an intricate equipment system that allows players to completely customize their playstyle, trying ever-changing and vastly different powers and abilities based on gear synergy. And with a stunningly broad variety of items to choose from, no player will ever have the same experience as another, and no playthrough will ever be quite the same.
Nier Automata.
From its bizarro storyline to over-the-top bosses to hyperkinetic action sequences, Nier is a relentless visual and audio overload. While there is a giant post-apocalyptic world to explore, Nier is really built around its combat encounters, allowing players to completely change their character's abilities and playstyle on the fly. In the middle of a boss battle that isn't going well, just adjust everything right then and there and try a totally different strategy. This can lead to dizzyingly complex combat scenarios, but also a level of freedom and personalization that other games only dream of. For those who love action and customization, there's never been anything quite like it. Persona 5. The latest entry in the beloved RPG franchise, Persona 5 is really multiple games seamlessly interwoven together. You play as a high school student, taking tests and finding work in Tokyo. But at the same time, you invade the minds of the city's worst citizens, saving those lost souls by defeating their inner demons, each represented by a totally different location with different styles and different gameplay rules. Plus, there are mini-games, lore-filled books, and much more. You may be overwhelmed, but you'll never be bored. Divinity Original Sin 2. At first glance, Divinity Original Sin 2 might look like a throwback to yesteryear. Top-down camera, a party full of fantasy trope races and character classes, and turn-based combat. And all of that is true. What's also true is that Original Sin 2 has elevated this classic style to new heights, delivering a deep, involving epic adventure. Thanks to a huge amount of narrative depth provided by vastly branching dialogue trees, and decisions with consequences that fundamentally change gameplay, Original Sin 2 gets mighty close to the ultimate promise of the RPG genre, letting players impact a living, breathing world in a substantive way, while casting fireballs. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Many modern RPGs are bloody adult affairs, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 stands out with an endlessly optimistic protagonist and a vibrant art style. Don't make the mistake of thinking the game has been dumbed down to become kid-friendly though. The combat is a surprisingly deep system, incorporating precision timing, tactical positioning, and a series of weapons that each unlock different abilities for the player. Throw in a beautifully realized world of living, moving continents, and a never-ending list of side quests, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 delivers an experience that's both rewarding and uplifting. Pyre. A tight, thrilling 20-hour experience, Pyre features gorgeous art, fluid animations, multi-layered characters, a compelling narrative, and that all-important RPG staple, Magic Basketball. Exiled from your homeland as a criminal, your character assembles a team to compete in the Trials, a half-sports, half-magic competition in which the winner is allowed to go back home. The core of your adventure comes from assembling your team, learning their backstories, and guiding them to victory. Pyre may not be the game you play forever, but it will be the one you think about for a long time after you're finished. South Park: The Fractured But Whole. There are two ways to look at The Fractured But Whole, as a South Park experience and as an RPG. In both ways, the game excels. Franchise masterminds Trey Parker and Matt Stone wrote the script and provided their voices, very much keeping the tone and atmosphere in line with the ballistic absurdity of the TV show.
I'm big!
Meanwhile, the gameplay features a clever system of hybridizing superhero archetypes while equipping various items, allowing for a flexible and powerful upgrade system on par with RPG greats. Just as its predecessor, The Stick of Truth, did, The Fractured But Whole proves again that franchise tie-ins don't have to suck. Horizon Zero Dawn. Blending an interesting mix of prehistory and futuristic technology, Horizon Zero Dawn emphasizes exploring its vast and intriguing world. But when one of the world's giant robotic animals does attack, combat has satisfying depth, as players must use agility, stealth, and some very well-placed attacks to bring them down. Underpinning this all is a mystery that the player is on a quest to solve, which examines this untamed world in detail and strikes at the heart of how it came to be. Horizon's narrative weaves this mystery together in the hero's journey and delivers a conclusion that will linger for a while after you've put your controller down. Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Back in 2014, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor was a breakout hit, so fans will be happy to learn the sequel, Middle-earth: Shadow of War, takes everything cool about the first game and gives players even more. The groundbreaking Nemesis system has been expanded even further, giving even the most minor of characters individualized reactions and connections to your specific playthrough. That allows players to develop unprecedented emotional connections to their digital allies and enemies, because when you care more about your orc allies than the main story, you know you're playing something special. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. 30 years on, The Legend of Zelda remains one of the medium's most influential franchises. Breath of the Wild continues Zelda's winning streak with the largest and most diverse world the series has yet seen. Link has more ways than ever to get around, key among them being his ability to climb nearly any surface, and his paraglider that lets him, well, paraglide anywhere he wants. While it's always fun to hunt for new adventures, Breath of the Wild gives players the ability to simply wander for wandering's sake, and in a world this rich with stylized beauty, no one who wanders is lost.
Great! I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos!
Except that guy, he'll always be lost. Thanks for watching! Click the SVG icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.